Hi, it's Essence, and today I wanted to talk to you about this question that I received a while back, which was like, how can I love myself when I've made such a mess of things? I've made such a mess of my life. I've made bad decisions about life, about relationships. Like, how can I love myself when I just keep messing up, basically? And the I just want to share with you that I have totally been there. And that was really the space that I was in before I started my spiritual journey, is just feeling like I had made a mess of things. Like my life looked like a hot mess. So, for instance, back at that time, I wasn't working. I was behind on my mortgage. My skin was like broken out really bad. And I would just look at myself in the mirror with like such disgust. And there was no way that I was like willing to love myself. Like I just was like, how can I? Like I don't deserve love. I don't deserve to love myself. And I really thought I deserved to be punished. So I would go like purposely to the mirror and I would say things like, "You disgust me. I look at your skin. You're so stupid. I can't believe you did this. If you would have never made that decision, then this wouldn't have happened." And I would just be in the mirror, just going off. Like, I look my eyes like this, just being so mean to myself because that is what I really thought that I deserved. But the interesting thing that I began to see was that it didn't feel good. Like it felt very crappy to talk to myself like that in the mirror. So I started thinking, well, if I deserve to be punished and I'm punishing myself, then why do I feel guilty about it? Like, shouldn't it feel like satisfying or something? And so then I began to like soften to this idea of maybe there is another way. And so I think that's when my intuition started to really come in and like get me on this path of self love. Because it was like, well, the self abuse, the self punishment, getting in the mirror and talking crap to yourself isn't helping you make better, smarter decisions. What if loving yourself like started to turn some things around? And so I was just kind of like at this point where I'm like, well, worth the shot, right? So that is what like started this like me on the path to self-love, just like looking at my life and it's not going the way I wanted, and beating up on myself wasn't helping me get to where I wanted any quicker. So the number one thing that really helped me with this path of loving myself regardless of what happened or what I've done is understanding that I was more than my body. I was more than my skin that was broken out in acne. I was more than a woman who was unemployed. I was more than a woman who was single and bad at relationships. Like I began to know that I was more than that. Like I was a soul in this body. I'm the spiritual being in this body, and that like also in here is my inner child. And so when I go to the mirror and I'm saying these mean things, I'm saying mean things to my inner child, and she doesn't deserve that. Like, I deserve my love, she deserves my love. And like realizing and understanding that really helped me be consistent with the journey of self-love and showing up to do, whatever it took to remove the blocks to loving myself. And so what I want you to like really get in your mind is that the things you've done, the decisions that you've made are not you, right? They're separate from you and have absolutely nothing to do with self love. So, for instance, if you had a kid and you said a million times not to play soccer in the house, but one day, she's playing soccer in the house and she knocks over this very expensive vase, right? And then she starts feeling like, I'm so bad, I'm sorry, I know you don't love me anymore. And you're like, wait, what? No, that what you did has nothing to do with how I feel about you. Like, I love you no matter what you do. Might not have been the best decision to make, considering I told you not to kick the soccer ball around in the house. But that is something out there that you did. It has nothing to do with who you are, right? And so it's the decisions, the bad relationships, the mismanaging of money, whatever it is, it's separate from you. It's something you've done, decision that you've made. It is not who you are. It has nothing to do with your self-love. Like, self-love should just be a non-negotiable. Like, even if I went out and did the worst ish, I could still love myself because that is something that I did. And nothing that I do has anything to do with like my worth and my deserving of love, right? Like, we are all deserving of love no matter what we do. But we get, because like in the way a lot of us were raised, and certain things were withheld based on how we acted or how we did. So we think that we have to do certain things in order to deserve love. So you have to make all the right choices and the right decisions and do everything right to deserve love, and that's just not true. So it's like an unlearning of how you've been doing things and how you've been going about, thinking about self-love, and how you've been thinking about yourself, and like really changing the way you see yourself and changing your thoughts around you deserving your own self-love. And these things can be hard to work through, I'm not gonna lie, but you're worth the effort. And being on the other side of self-hate and being in the space of self-love is so much more of a beautiful place to be. So like, be on your own side and have your own back is just like just an amazing space to be in. And so if you feel like you're struggling with that, that is why the universe placed people like me on this earth, to help people like you get from the space of self-hate and not loving yourself to a place where you can see your own beauty and see your own wisdom and see your own goddess power and really fully live into that. And so if that is something that your soul is guiding you towards right now, then if you feel called, please send me a message, or you can visit essenceturner.com and look at my program. It's called Beautiful Brave Me, and it is all about stepping into the courage to heal, the courage to step into your self-love and self-acceptance. And so head there if you feel led, read through it, and if it really speaks to your soul, I'd love to invite you to book a call so we can see how we can get you on the other side and falling madly in love with yourself. All right, I really hope this helps, and feel free to leave a comment, and I'll talk to you later.